And yeah, so we are here with my, well, I call it the gas tanker, but basically it's actually just really a big giant tank of oxidizer that's been struggling to get itself to the moon, because around the moon I have a station right here. We have it selected as a target, and said station is got a lander attached to it, but there's tons of liquid fuel stored on that station, but not very much oxidizer to support that lander. So that oxidizer is on its way there, and we're going to be dealing with that right off the bat. In addition, I'm going to be sending out another crew to the moon. I do have some contracts. Why don't we take a look at them? Whoops, they're hiding behind other windows here. Here we go. This is it. Got 3 contracts here to get down to the surface of the moon, including fixing up a rover that we'll take a look at in just a little bit. That's also sitting there on the surface of the moon. And that is all in support of collecting science. I just want to finish off these contracts. That's really my main goal here. Finish off these contracts, get the Kerbals then back home, and then start building towards an Ike mission. And I'll be honest, this series, by part 7, I was hoping to be done by part 9. So by this part, I was actually hoping to be getting into doing the Ike build. But that didn't happen. Things took longer than I anticipated. This vessel here having its adventures, it's been going for about 3 or 4 streams just itself. That doesn't help either. And, but that's okay. We'll just keep going with the stream, however many parts it takes to get our Kerbals down onto Ike, maybe Duna, and then getting them back home safely. That will finish off this series. And I'm sort of looking like we're into the 1st of December now. We are looking at KSP2 coming out in the later part of February. So by the time that is done, and I also need to do an Eve landing for those people that are following along with my landing on every body in the system series. I still got to land on Eve, so we'll get that done. I'm thinking those live streams kind of add it all together will probably carry me pretty much to KSP2, and then I'll just put all my energy into taking a look at what that is all about. So I think it'll work out timing well. We'll have to see. Who the heck knows? And oh, and speaking of streams and things like that, before I end up forgetting, I should mention that next stream, I'm going to have to cancel Thursday, so a week from now there will be no stream. That is because I am participating in marking math contests, specifically the, I should have these names down, the intermediate and senior mathematics competitions that are hosted by the University of Waterloo here in Ontario, Canada. They've already all been written, so I'll be helping in the marking. So if you happen to have written that contest and want to slip me, no, I'm only joking on that part, but that will take up a good part of next week, so I won't have time to do the stream, but then we'll pick it up 2 weeks from today, right wherever this one lets off. But in the meantime, this vessel here has itself a correction burn to keep itself from crashing into the moon and putting ourselves into a polar orbit. So that's coming up in just a couple of hours. The burn's only 2 seconds long, so let's see if we can reduce some of these throttle limits. I forgot last time I had... Whoa, shoot! Oh well. It was burning more or less in the right direction anyway. Sticky fingers there. I do have these Cub engines on here, so let's see if we can... I don't think I need those anymore, so let's knock off all the thrust limiters on those. Last episode I was trying to knock down the thrust and forgot that those were even there. Okay, so that has brought the burn up to 4 seconds. Yeah. Just like to have a reasonable burn. There we go. Okay, 8-second burn. Alright, so let's get ourselves out there. Here comes the moon here. We're already pretty much locked on what we need to be locked onto, as I can see. It's just a pure normal burn. Yes, there was a solar storm that disrupted communications with this probe right at a crucial moment, just before when it was getting ready. This is its second time around the moon, because the first time there was a solar storm that disrupted communications, and I completely missed the capture burn, so this is attempt number 2. But in the meantime, I think I can just do this right now. Let's just do this. We're just burning. And we're going to have to make a pretty massive plane change, as you can see here as well. But that's okay. Main part of this is just simply missing the moon. There we go. Good's enough. Good enough. So we shall just, well, get ourselves to the moon, I suppose. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if I'm missing anything. I don't think I am missing anything. So moon's SOM. Moon's coming at us right from out of the sun. If you can see that. Yeah, it has been a long journey for this thing. Actually, if we take a look. Here, we're just about to cross in here. There we go. Just crossed into the sphere of influence there. But if we take a look. Oh, don't do that. If we take a look here, we're on day 14 of this journey. So it has been a long and winding road, as they say. Okay, so we need to make a plane change, and I still think my best. I tried before to try and do it here so that the the ascending node is, but it's not where I'm going to do it at here. So we're going to first of all just simply get a capture. We got a lot of fuel on this thing because it was originally built to actually get to some relays too, but I'm not going to bother with that part. There's, okay, that leaves our ascending. Okay, that's it. We're just going to do that. Okay, and put this back to the normal vector. That's mostly for solar panels. God, stop staring at the sun. This way. We're at an 8-second burn. That's going to be all right. I'm just going to leave all the thrust limiters exactly where they are. Okay, F5 that. Let's get there. Try and get this done quickly. We'll do this one with the maneuver executor. Try and get this one done quickly onto the station so that we can get some Kerbals going. Got a nice pretty view. I don't need alarm clock here. Let's close alarm clock. Nice pretty view of Kerbin setting behind us there. Oh, very quiet burn. Alright, we are now in orbit of the moon. So that is one thing that got messed up last time, that this time... You know, I realized I just made the exact same mistake. You would think I would learn, but I'm very slow at learning, is... I should start that maneuver executor early, and then that way if I lose communications, the script will run anyway. But did I do that? No, I started it right before the burn, which was the exact same mistake I made last time. Welcome, Wolfie. I'm glad you made it. Doesn't matter if you're late. Alright, so... doesn't NASA have satellites monitoring the sun? Yes, they do, and this game as well will send out warnings saying that there is a solar storm that's going to be here in a couple of hours, and I proceeded to ignore that warning because I didn't think it was a big deal. So that was on me too. Okay, which way do I gotta go? I gotta go anti-normal because this is the ascending node. So we gotta go this way. So this is just really about zeroing inclination and matching this yellow orbit. So this is going to be a respectable burn. And it's going to be probably about equal parts. It's going to be, because it's about a 90-degree change, it's going to be pretty close to equal parts normal and equal parts retrograde. Like that. And then like that. And then like that. Let's see, where are we at now? Getting close. Might have need to be a little less normal, I think. Yes. So, whoa, I got the scale way down. Bring that down. Little prograde. Oh, no, little retrograde. Bring that down some more. And bring the scale down now. So kind of two goals here. One is to get that periapsis to just be touching the orbit, and the other is to get the inclination pretty low. And I think we're pretty close to it being there right now. Like, inclination difference is 0.2 degrees. That's perfectly fine. And we're just, I think, just touching that orbit there. I'm pretty happy with that. Fortunately, it is a 400 meter per second burn. That's what it's going to be. So I'm going to do an F5 here before we actually... And let's turn on these Cub engines again. Well, let's first of all turn this one up. It's noticing 36 second burn. Let's put on the Cubs. I hate that you have to put on each of these individually, even though they were put on using, obviously, the symmetry in the VAB, but that seems to get lost. There we go. 25 second, 23 second burn. Yeah, I think it's fine. Okay, F5. All right, let's get to there and do that burn. Going so quickly, I'm missing stuff in the chat, so I'll try and sort of, while this burn is being executed, go back to doing that. Went back to you looking at the chat anyway. So run that script. I don't have to worry about it. Hello, Dan. Welcome. Yeah, last week was over Thanksgiving, the American Thanksgiving. I should qualify with that. For those people that happen not to be celebrating Thanksgiving that day, or at all, really. Not everybody does. Okay, and let's just get ourselves to the burn. And this is going to be the biggest burn we got. After that, burns get a lot smaller. Oh, those loud and glorious. Those are the Cub engines making all that noise. I think our periapsis just dipped into the moon, but it should dip back out again. That's what always happens with these big plane changes. There, the camera goes back. So our periapsis is back out and should end around 50 kilometers here. Close enough. Okay. And we'll take a look at... There's our station. I think that's looking pretty good. Still got 295 meters per second left, which will be plenty. But now we gotta set ourselves up a rendezvous. So we're going to add a maneuver here. And this maneuver is going to be just retrograde. And it's just to get this orbit as low as I can and get my encounter. So there's an encounter about there. I like to bring this as low as I can. And that's not going to work after that. So we'll go back. It's nice to get this phasing orbit here as low as you can so that your encounter speed is minimized. That makes the rendezvous easier. Here, let's go back to this. What is our closest approach here? 0.7 kilometers I see there. Turn the scale right down. That might be about as low. I see 0.6 kilometers. That's good enough. We'll make that work. Okay, and this is only a 58 meter per second burn, and then our encounter speed is what? Another 58 meters per second, so 58, that's 116 meters per second to complete the whole rendezvous business, so that should be good. You know, I do have this alignment. Run, align, normal. I think that's right, yeah. for lining up the solar panels. And I like this little script because it actually pays attention to the orbit that you're in, so it's nicely lined up for the solar panels hitting the sun. Okay, so do another little quick save. 3-second burn, so we're going to turn these cubs back off. Why don't I just, instead of doing that, why not just go to here? Shut them down. I don't think I'm going to need them anymore. Oh my, oh yeah, of course that's now a 4-second burn, so I still even want to bring this down too. I doubt we're going to need those cubs anymore after this. There we go. Okay, F5, again, let's get to the moon, which is over there. Just put this onto free view. Once I'm close in, it's nicer on free. Run the maneuver executor. There we go. Wolfie just uses Thanksgiving as an excuse to eat like a pig. Don't we all? And then we still got Christmas coming up as well. Yeah, I should be turning these off at this point. These, I'm getting the small engines really are inefficient. I think they don't have the best ISP. Does it show it here? Well, now that I have them turned off, it's not showing it. But I know they don't have the best ISP, but I needed that little bit of extra thrust in the upper part of the atmosphere during the ascent. So that's why they're there, but they aren't necessary anymore. So I should get rid of them. And also, I am fine for fuel, so I'm not too worried about being super efficient here. Okay, we should be watching here. And we should be, there we go. We're getting an encounter distance coming down here. I think I saw 0.6. All right, that's 700 meters. I like that. Let's see if we can make it a little better with RCS. Ooh, 609 or 599. That just made it worse. There we go, 599. That's good. Okay. I'm not sure. Probably have enough battery life not to worry about the solar panels anymore, but doesn't hurt. We're going to be there in an hour and 16 minutes. In fact, I think what I'll do is let's use alarm clock, set up that rendezvous. Give me like 2 minutes beforehand. And close that. Yep. The reason I'm using alarm clock rather than this is because I find quite often here. I find quite often when I start time warping, this gets messed up. Now, this time, of course, now that I mentioned it, it doesn't. But this time to the intercept gets messed up for some dumb reason. I don't need this no more. Okay. And for those people that are new to this, if you've watched any of my streams, it's nothing new. But if you are new to this, we are taking this long, lazy orbit around the moon while the station is going faster in its lower orbit. And this is just slowing us down so that we will come back together right where we need to be. There we go. And that's already switched to target. This is our alarm going off. We're about 2 minutes away. Yep. And we got to flip around. There's our station coming up here. Hopefully from here on in, everything is going to go duckily happily. Now I still got, I wanted like there's actually a docking port here, if you see that. So I want to deorbit this stage, but I got a plan. I got a plan on how I want to get some of this remainder fuel out of here. Still hang on to this. I got a plan. Even though there's no Kerbals over there, I got a plan. Okay. Let's see what's happening. I can see this is off a bit. I need to come this way. I should be keeping an eye on ignitions here. 11 ignitions, so something to be aware of. That is making my closest approach worse for some stupid reason. I'm not sure I believe you. Though I guess if this fails, I got these as backup engines, so... I'm just pushing the retrograde vector towards the target. For some reason that's increasing this distance, but I honestly am not sure I believe that. There, it's starting to come down again. I'm not sure what that's about, but... Why am I... Oh, was I time warp? I don't know. I was having trouble controlling for some reason. I don't know why. Okay, let's see if we can bring that down a little further. We're down to 100 meters here. Oh, watch that time too. We're getting close. We're only 40 seconds away. Start to see the station. Oh, I know why there was the pause. It was probably rendering the station. Let's just slow down. We're 33 seconds away. I do have the throttle limiter way down. There we go. As long as I can keep this time from going down, then I'm okay. I'm reducing thrust rather than turning it off just to save on ignitions. Should work well for me. And the plan is actually simply to park alongside this thing, and aboard there is a little tug. Is my script for lining up the solar panels in the background? No. It's an active thing. You run it, it aligns the ship, and then you exit from the program. So it won't keep lining it up afterwards. Let's cut that. Get ourselves closer. Again, this is just going to be a park job. Nobody aboard. Oh my gosh. So after almost 15 days, we are finally here. It is about freaking time. Okay. It's just... Well, we're coming over a pole, so I'm getting a camera fun. Alright, so... Where are we? Let's get a little closer and then we'll park it. Do have RCS aboard, so that should help. This way, probably, yeah, a little bit more towards the planet. Actually, that's a little this way, isn't it? And I think this. No, planet's this way. No, this way. Whenever you're going backwards, it's so complicated. That's the way I want to go. Oh, I don't have the actuation toggles toggled. Alright. All I'm going to do here is just zero this out. And we're going to, whoops, take RCS off. Now spinning around the other way. Now there's a little tug right here. I want to take advantage of that. Actually, you know what? No, I'm just realizing what I know what I should do. Let's control from here. New plan, new plan. Let's dock it to the tug. There's a free docking port on the other end of it. I was going to get the tug to come out and get it, but it can go to the tug. It has RCS. So let's do it that way. Okay, roll this so that the blue is up on the Navball. Always makes life easier in terms of knowing which way's up. we need to go planetwards, so that's that way and forwards. I'm going to want to come underneath it. I'm really staying away from those solar panels. Okay. Yeah, I was working smarter for once, I'm seeing in the chat. I am very good at doing kind of dumb. Okay, actually, let's spin this around. Get ready to line up the docking ports. Clearing everything, that's the important part. Slow down that downwards part of it. Start making my way up. Oops. Oh no, this way's right. Always forget retrograde, backwards, backwards, retrograde. Okay. Little dipsy doodly underneath it. Put this in orbit. There we go. Get our Kerbin view again. And if I'm not making sense as to why I'm coming here, it'll make sense pretty soon. I want to steal some fuel. I want to reposition this oxygen or oxidizer tank, and I want to be able to deorbit this. And I think being hooked to the little tug is going to help facilitate all of that stuff. And I think we're coming up on it pretty good. Yeah, I'm starting to see the prograde icon. The target icon, I meant. Target icon coming down here on the Navball. So all I gotta do now is just keep following that target icon on the Navball, and it should lead me right to the docking port. Oh, there are reaction wheels probably everywhere that I should disable too. We'll see how wobbly this gets. Okay, so there's that. So, RCS off. Okay, number one is I do want to get rid of... How many tanks are here? There's another tank. We'll leave this one full. I won't touch that one, because we'll use that to deorbit. But what I want to do is move out that liquid fuel there. It's just a little bit, but you know, every little bit helps, and there's probably room for some oxidizer in the lander. So that takes that out. Actually, there's clearly monopropellant aboard that I should steal too. Yeah, turn off SAS. Well, it seems to be, there's a little wobbling happening, but it's not too bad. Maybe that's not a bad idea, just to turn it off. Okay, so this tank's empty. This tank's full. We'll use it to deorbit the thing into the moon. There is monopropellant. Oh, the monopropellant is here. Okay, so that's all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to undock this. Okay. This guy now is a free bird. There we go. And we got to get it so it's not going to crash into a rock or anything. So let's just kind of move away from the station here a little bit. All right. Lock that onto retrograde. And once we're clear everything here, that should be good. Let's go. There we go. Clearing that out of here. That is now going to crash into the moon, back to here. And now I just want to clean this little bit up here. I want to move this to a different location. So we're going to undock this. Now I'm going to take advantage of my little tug. Undock that. We're going to control from this docking port. Why is it... Oh, I'm on the ship. Or I'm on the station, that's why. So I want to control from here so that this now becomes the front. And what I want to do is actually dock it here. Okay, so SAS on, RCS on. Let's roll this. Oh, must have reaction wheels off somewhere. Yep. There we go. I'm going to pin you to the side, remind me to... Okay, let's roll this so the blue is up. Always helps with me in my orienting. I want to go up to the right and then spin around. So let's see here. R. Nope. That way. That way. There we go. We're off. Oh, I got to remember this is the front now. So I'm looking at it from the front. That's what's confusing. And so now I got to go backwards. That's it. So yeah, that's making sense. Yep. We go. You don't think I'm going the right way? I cannot see the thrust reports. That way. There we go. That's better. Oh, that was a mistake trying to turn this thing. Just aligning it with the docking port, which is completely unnecessary, but I did it anyway, and I don't know why. There we go. Okay, forward ho! Forward ho. There we go. All this is lined up now, so we should be just cruising in. And then that's that. This is all done. This is a nice supply of oxidizer. It's all for this little lander. There's so much oxidizer here. It'll refill that lander so many times. And there's a ton of liquid fuel in that. So we're happy. And then we'll get some Kerbals. There is a docking port. Yeah, you're right. There's another docking port senior down here I could be using. But I'm comfortable with this one. It's all good. A little bit off alignment, but I can't adjust alignment without using RCS, so it's a little sloppy, but we're there. Okay, SAS back on. Let's see, can we roll this station? Oh wait, let's toggle off these reaction wheels before I try something like that. There we go. Can I roll here? Control from here. Can I roll this station? I'm just looking at the... This is my own... I'm going the wrong way. I'm just looking at these solar panels. I like them to be vertical when you're in orbit view. So that's my own kind of pedanticness. Reoriented state, but there we go. All good. All we need now is some Kerbals up here, so that's going to be the next step.